Hey guys, my name's Chris and you're watching Restoration Rescue. Alright guys, so last time we attempted brakes, we didn't have all our parts, but this week we got 99% of the ones that we need except for one rubber line that goes from the back end to the rear main lines. So what we're going to be doing today is we're going to be knocking out and putting all these brake lines in the truck. We're also going to have to cut a couple. We have our cutting tool and we're going to have our flare tool all together, and we're going to teach you guys how to flare some brake lines. Alright guys, so join me under the truck. We're going to show you very much how we set it up. We're going to start up here on the top. You can see that we ran it right next to our upper control arm down, and they all come into fittings. You can see a fitting here, and there's a T-fitting here. So this line goes back up there. This line runs out, and it runs towards the caliper and the flex line that goes there. This line all the way across and over to the flex line over on there. This line right here, you can see that we've clamped it in with our special clamps from LMC trucks. They have been bolted in. The original ones just like clipped in, but these are different. So we have this all set up. There's a line right here. This is going to shoot up, follow the frame rail down, and to the back. So we're going to head to the back and start working on those. So we got the rest of the brake lines all in and set up. So this one we're going to show you a little bit of a tutorial on how to flare the brake lines and get it set. So because this is meant for a truck with drum brakes, we had to shorten it up a little bit. So I have a mark here. What we're going to do is we're going to take this, once I can open it up, and it's just like regular old pipe cutting. You put it in, you put it where it needs to go, and then you spin it. And you just keep tightening it as it goes so it cuts your pipe. So when we're doing this, just keep turning it. You'll feel it getting looser. You turn it a little more, spin it a couple times. There it was. All right, so now what we need to do is we got to make sure that we put our fitting on first, because it's going to really suck if you cut and flare this thing before you get your fitting on. So to flare it, come over here and with our flare tool, and we have 3/16 wire or line. So you want to leave it sticking out just a little bit, and we put it in there, and then we just tighten it down to start. And we're going to come over here with our 1/2 inch and tighten it down, just to make sure that it's tight and snug and not going to go anywhere on both sides. And then what we do is to flare it the first time. So we take this little thing, we stamp it right in the center of there. Then we take our little push and we put it in, and you're going to twist it down until it's tight. And then you're going to come up here with a wrench, and you're going to do the same until you can't turn it anymore, pretty much until that thing's flush. So to show you guys, you just pull this out and you can see that there's part of a flare that's there. And then you're going to come back with this, put it right back on, and you're going to push it down through the center to give it that nice look. You just tighten it down all the way and do the same thing. As Sergeant Mickey would say, rinse and repeat. All right, that's as far as we go. Come back. Yeah, that one, it's not horrible, but not good. You open it up and it's done. All right guys, so we have everything set where it needs to be. So we're gonna come down here and look at it. So the way we set it up is from Performance Online. They give you this L bracket that sits on your rear end, and then you use this bracket or this clip right here and you tie it down. You put this in, and then you add this, and you just normal put the brake line in. And it's a really short piece to our T. This piece right here we don't have yet. So we're gonna come all the way down to the other side. We put in a new clip here on our rear end. The rear end is all sealed, and as you can see, it's not dripping. We have this, it's set up exactly the same as the other side. So we're not gonna do the rest of this line, and we're not gonna do this line yet because we are missing some parts, and it just wouldn't do anything for us to set it up yet. So we'll hang out and do that in a different one. But that's gonna be a wrap for today's video. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you next Saturday.